everyone and welcome. This video is a what sold video and this is going to be everything that sold for me. Hi baby! March 15th to March 21st. Of course, Miss Moxie is here with us. Chances are she'll be showing you her butthole. I will be trying to hide it and she will be going in and out of her cubby hole back behind me. But we're actually going to start with Etsy first because again I've said that Etsy has woken up for some reason. I'm guessing it's because they have been advertising heavily. So not mad about that. This is a hat I picked up, I believe, at the bins. This is a, you know, Y2K distress like mesh trucker hat from a trail. It says Trail Attic. It's just supposed to be like a hiking hat and it sold for $12 and I paid, you know, less than $1 for this at the bins. So this was great. I had this listed everywhere and it sold on Etsy of all places. So amazing. And of course the buyer paid for shipping. The buyer did not pay for shipping for this bundle though, because I have it set up on Etsy where if you spend more than $35, it's free shipping. I basically have that built in to my prices because I have set up my store that way. This is a Vintage Adore 1994 North Dakota sweatshirt. I actually got this from free for my aunt when she was clearing out her closet during COVID. So zero cost of goods for me here. And then the other piece is this vintage 80s long sleeve shirt, like late 70s, early 80s long sleeve shirt. I thought this was just a really cool looking shirt. I picked this up at the bins, so $1 into this shirt. So the total bundle was $36. I have $1 cost of goods. Yeah, putting this in a padded flat rate's really not gonna hurt me. So this was a great sale. I'm really glad that this did sell, and I love Etsy sales. I love Etsy. I really need to cross post more onto Etsy because Etsy for me is truly a set it and forget it place. For 60 cents a year, I have a listing up that I don't have to think about, I don't have to share, I don't have to promote, I don't have to do anything. It's just there as a subsidiary reselling platform, like not my main selling platform, but as a subsidiary platform. 10 out of 10. Now we're going to go over into eBay, so I'm going to move Miss Moxie over here and let's get into eBay. First is this Chico's piece. I picked this up at either the bins or at a retail location. I don't know. So I either paid $5 for this or I paid $1 for this, but it is a Chico's 3. It's in women's XL. It is a silk button-down shirt and it sold pretty much as soon as I listed it for a total of $19.87. It's because it's a size 3, which is one of their larger sizes, and also it was silk. So I will pick up Chico's if it is the right size, the right price, and the right material. This is an Airborne Trailblazer book. It was brand new sealed. I picked this up at an estate sale for $2 and it sold for $19.87. Again, I love buying and selling books. I am trying to move my business into like 2/5 books, 2/5 clothes, and 1/5 of everything else. The reason why I'm doing that is one is because I love books. Absolutely love them. I have a whole separate book channel. Love books. So I want to try to, you know, maintain engagement with my business. Reselling books has helped with that. 2, it's evergreen. Like books don't really go in and out of season. I mean, there are books that are more popular in certain time periods than others, but yeah, books are pretty much evergreen for me, and so that is why I'm doing this. So I meant to film it, but when I walked in there and saw what was available, I decided not to. My partner has a landlord who's an amazing man, multi-millionaire, does most of his business in commercial real estate, and he had a warehouse tenant that was behind on their rent, and so he evicted them, but they left all their stuff. So apparently this was towards the tail end of them cleaning out their warehouse, and he finally like ran into my partner and was like, hey, you know, if she wants to come and like pull stuff out, she can have it. So I did. One of the few things I picked out of that warehouse was a bunch of shower liners, but they weren't like regular, you know, the bathtub shower liners. So they aren't the big wide ones, like the tall wide ones that you would normally get for a shower curtain. These are like the industrial ones where if it's just a shower, you know, like the ones you would see at a campground maybe, or in a cabin somewhere where it's just a shower. So I got like a case of them. I was like, I'll see how this goes. They're brand new. we'll see what happens. So sold for $12. Again, it was free, and then of course the buyer paid for shipping. And the reason why I'm saying this is because here's the first one. It sold for $12. I took an offer. It's like, okay, let's just see how these do. And then I sold 2 of them, and they were full price this time. So I sold 2 of them for a total of $29.74, and then the buyer paid $8.95 to ship it, which I put it in a padded flat rate. Another amazing sale. Again, free to me. The third one I'm going to show you, they bought 4 of them for full price, sold for $59.48, and again the buyer paid $12.95 for shipping, so I did actually put those in a box because it was too big for the padded flat rate. But case of free shower liners that I was like, we'll see what happens, all in the same week, like made 90 bucks. 10 out of 10. No notes. Amazing. I love it. So yeah, that was great. This is a set of 3 Steinbeck novels I've talked about here before on my channel, where as books that are pre-owned, sometimes I will pick them up if I can lot them together, and it's more beneficial to do that for me because it makes it so it's worth reselling. However you want to do that for your business. But Steinbeck is an author that I love, amazing writer. These are 3 of his novels. I have 75 cents into this lot because I picked all of these up at the bins. Sold for $11.87. It costs $4.13 to ship this because this is free shipping. All my books, almost all my books, are free shipping. So yeah, I still made like $5 off of this, and I think that that's great. This I picked up at Diversity. This is one of those Castleberg brewery shirts that snuck into my bag that I didn't get out. Castleberg went out of business this year, and they apparently donated all of their merch to the Diversity, and I did not realize that until like I looked it up. And I had removed all of the pieces because they were all new with tags from my bag, but this one I guess got stuck behind. It's still sold for $8.88, and I have $1 into this shirt, so I'm glad that my mistake still turned into profit, and I'm sad that another brewery has closed because I like breweries. This is the Holy Quran, which is the main Islamic text. I saw this gorgeous, beautiful green leather-bound Quran, and you know, doesn't have any barcodes, so the Amazon FBA sellers just completely passed on this. And then because it's not in English, the other resellers that do books also passed on this. I knew what it was. I picked it up. I picked this up for 50 cents, and it sold for my full asking price of $29.87. And this was an international shipping purchase, so somebody not only paid me $30 to ship this, but whatever the global shipping program price was for this. So yeah, I will pick up books in other languages depending on what it is. I will pick up manga in the original Japanese text. I will pick up the Quran in original Arabic because I know I will sell them. So these shoes are another instance of retail arbitrage on my part. I paid $22 for these. I picked them up based on style. I thought I could sell them. I was right. This is a pair of 9 West shoes. I would not normally pick up 9 West unless they're super on trend at the thrift store or like a blogger favorite or something. But again, these are retail arbitrage, so they were brand new. They were also size 10, so great size. And this sold for $42.87. So I made $15, and I'm so grateful that this is one of the few instances where I did okay with a retail arbitrage piece. This is a pair of vintage Levi's. These are the vintage orange tab, not the original, not the reprint orange tab. I think they've been remaking some of them, just like they've been redoing the silver tab. But these were hemmed, and I did not realize that when I originally picked them up. They were hemmed to a size 26, so a nice size waist at 36, but shorter at the 26-inch inseam. Still sold for $17, and the buyer paid for shipping. Another piece I picked up at the bins, this is a Paula Deen set, and this sold for $10.09. Of course, it's free shipping, so I made about $4 off of this. I paid 50 cents for this at the bins. Another bins piece, this is a pair of Tommy Bahama shorts. They are size 40. I did offer these up for sale on Whatnot. Nobody wanted them on Whatnot, so I sold them for $12 on eBay, so okay with that. This is another bins book, The Seagulls Woke Me by Mary Stoltz. I paid 25 cents for this book at the bins, and it sold for $14.87. It cost $4.13 to ship this, so this is a book I made 10 bucks off of. Another book without a barcode, so the Amazon FBA sellers aren't going to sell it, but The Seagulls Woke Me by Mary Stoltz is considered like a classic novel. You know, again, this is one of those things where my special interest pays off in my reselling business, so I'm really happy to save this beautiful vintage 70s paperback from the trash. This Virginia Hospitality cookbook I will pick up whenever it's in good shape at the bins. Only if it's in good shape, like the spiral has to be flawless. There can't be any like writing inside of it. It has to be in good shape for me to pick it up because the margins are so slim on this, but it does consistently sell for me, so that is why I still do pick it up. I only make like a couple dollars on it every time it sells, but I know like if I pay 25 cents for this book, I'm going to get $2 back. So if it'd be like, hey, give me a quarter, I'm gonna give you $2. I think most people would do that. That is why I consistently pick this up. Virginia Hospitality, it's a cookbook. Great recipes in it. This is another diversity try. The Diversity Power Hour. It's where everything is $1 for like an hour. All the clothing is $1 and it's amazing. This is Ogio, which is not a great brand. It's like a work shirt, probably for a dealership, but it's Chevrolet. It had a Chevrolet embroidered logo on it. It was a men's large. And I was like, Chevy dudes are Chevy dudes. Like, car bros are car bros. So if someone's like super into Chevy, doesn't matter the brand, the actual like embroidery is what's gonna make this. So it sold for $10. I paid $1 for it and it sold pretty quickly after I listed it. So win on my books. I will pick up Barnes & Noble Classics when I find them as well at the bins. I paid 50 cents for this. This is the Scarlet Letter. Classic work. It's also normally required reading at some point in the United States to read. Sold for $6.87. I paid 50 cents for this. So again, another one of those instances where I know that this is going to sell. Perfectly happy to pick that up. This is another bins find. I will pick up leather-bound editions when I find them at the bins of classic work. This is Don Quixote by Cervantes. Don Quixote is a thick boy. Beautiful leather-bound edition. It sold for $14.50. I paid 50 cents for this at the bins. This is a gorgeous Gap Ditzy Floral button front. I thought this was absolutely beautiful. It is Gap, which is a well-known brand. It's a size large. It's a Ditzy Floral. I picked this up at Diversity. I paid $1 for it. I know that it's going to sell. It did sell for $9.87. It's a win for me. So these are John McDonald books, and this is a lot of 7 John McDonald books. John McDonald wrote a lot of thriller, horny, men-focused books. Travis McGee novels are probably his most well-known novels, but he's written a lot of like, he was really popular in the 50s, 60s, and 70s because, you know, male horniness was rampant then. I don't know how to say this. Anyway, I actually got these for a Whatnot show. I was doing like a romance, and for me, like, these books are like the male gaze level of romance. I don't know, but some of them, the ones that didn't sell, I put them in a lot and put them up on eBay. They sold. I have 25 cents in each of these books, so that's a total of like, what? $1.75, and this lot sold for $16.87. The reason why I'm smiling like this and like flustered is because of the fact I promised to read April Evil because it was the one that sounded the worst out of all of them. And I promised to do that before it sold. And it sold, and I didn't get a chance to read it for my book channel. And so it's, whenever I find April Evil again in my life, I have to pick it up and read it before I'm allowed to sell it this next time, because I promised I would read that book. You can see how excited I am about that. All right, this next piece is something I picked up at the bins as well. I picked it up hoping that it would fit me. It was too short because I'm a tall lady and that is normally my problem. It did fit everywhere else, it was just too short. So this sold for $12.84. Again, I got it at the bins. I put it up on Whatnot. Didn't sell on Whatnot. I only have $1 into it, so it sold for $12.64. Amazing. This is also a book I put up for on Whatnot. This is a bins find, so I have 50 cents into this book. I put it up for Whatnot. It didn't sell on Whatnot, but it did sell on eBay for $7. So again, saved a book from the trash. And, you know, I made a couple dollars off of it. Another lot of books, so I have a total of 75 cents into these. This is Colleen Hoover, which is a popular women's romance novel writer. She's more contemporary. I actually had 2 of these books up And then when I found a third book, I took that listing down and put the third book in there. As soon as I put that third book in there, it immediately sold. So for some odd reason, 3 is the magic number for book lots. 3 or more. Sometimes I've gotten away with duologies, but normally it's when it's like volume 1 and volume 2. Just like 2 random books together, no. 3 is the magic number. Sold immediately for $14.87. I made basically $9 off of these books. Happy about that. The next one is a book bundle from Eric. Eric is a repeat buyer from me, a book buyer from me. He not only buys them here on eBay, but will sometimes buy them on Whatnot. He's also follows me on my book channel, which again will be linked up above and down below. Maybe if I'm good, I'll put it in a pinned comment. But Eric, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. He bought these 3 books. I feel bad because you could have gotten a 4th book for free if you had found a 4th one, but I guess there wasn't one listed because I do have it set up where buy 3, get 1 free. Don't worry. He did do that later on. In a future What Sold video, he bought another bundle for me. So he did take advantage of it then. But this is The Twilight Zone. It's a tie-in book. The Blood of Amber, which is from the Amber Chronicles by Roger Zelazny, which is his most well-known series. And then The Naked Sun by Isaac Asimov, which is from the Robot series, which is Isaac Asimov's most well-known series. Well, there's robots and then there's Foundation. I feel like maybe depending on like what part of science fiction you're on, like one or the other, like they're kind of competing. They're kind of on the same level, it just depends. But sold for $23.61. I have a total of 75 cents into this lot. So again, this is why that's why I'm trying to increase my book business, is to make more of these happen, because even though I offer free shipping on all my books, and as I mentioned before, even with free shipping, I always make money on my books. I never lose money. I do make more money when people bundle them. So thank you, Eric. I really appreciate your support. And I hope you've had an opportunity to read these books. This is a Carhartt piece, again from that Goodwill by the Boys House. This sold for $19.90 and I paid $6.25 for this at that Goodwill, but the cost averaging was $5.40. So win-win. Another bins find. This is Abercrombie & Fitch. I just thought this was gorgeous. It had eyelet lace down on the bottom. It sold for $10. I have $1 invested into this, so really happy with this. I thought it was just absolutely beautiful. This is a bins find. Again, another piece I offered up on Whatnot. I didn't sell on Whatnot, so I put it up on eBay, and it sold for my full asking price of $12.87. I pick up Eddie Bauer at the bins because it does sell for me on eBay, and I figured this would sell on Whatnot. It didn't, but perfectly happy to list it in my eBay store, and especially happy to pay $1 for it, less than $1 for it, and get full price on it on eBay. The last sale I have to share with you is this 90s piece. I love picking up 90s knits because they do sell for me sometimes sooner rather than later. This is a later piece. This is a 2-year-old piece. I know. Some of y'all are just like, oh, why? Why do you still have that in your inventory? Because I have like, everything sells eventually. I have had pieces where like I'm about ready to donate it, and it, literally the week I'm thinking about it, it sells. So it's just staying. But I thought this would honestly sell sooner because it had the beautiful like bell sleeves, and it also had like this nice little ruffle in the front. It's probably one of those reasons like I needed to style it on Karen and it would have sold faster, but it sold for $15. I got this at the bin, so I have $1 into it. Perfectly happy that I was able to find a new home for that piece, and I'm really excited another vintage piece went to a good home. But that's everything that sold for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, Eric, thank you for purchasing for me. Tommy, if you ever see this video, thank you for always thinking about me when you're clearing out a space. And I just can't believe those shower curtains sold so well for me. I don't have any more now, but you will see those shower curtains in a future What Sold video because I did like get a big case of them. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye! Bye.
Hero, hero. I wanna be a hero, hero. Oh, the hero comes, I can hear